up, guys? John here, back at you with another video. It's been a while. Johnny J Gear, however you want to call me. So, long story short, I am Johnny. Johnny J, John, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. That was terrible. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, I am a guitar player here. You know, I also do knives and I also do drum stuff, a little bit of drum stuff, but I'm mostly a guitar player. I do stuff on YouTube. Why? Because it's fun and I like to do it and I like to show you guys the differences between stuff and have fun with stuff. So, I'm trying out a little bit of different technology today. I'm doing a little bit different thing for recording. Let me know what you think. I feel like my voice is clear. I don't know about the guitar stuff. It feels a little bit better than my previous videos in the past when it came to guitar gear, but I want to know what you think. The other thing is that my gear has changed over the years. So instead of playing the 5150 that I was playing, now I currently am playing a Laney that I have to set up almost like very much like a JCM 800 kind of feel. I still have my 77 Les Paul Custom. Right now in here, I actually have the stock pickups that came in the 77. What's cool is the bridge is actually like a 7.1 and the neck is like a 7.4, but you can never tell because the bridge just has this like growl to it. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is what we're here to talk about. And I'm going to try to keep my talking as much as I can to a minimum, even though I'm going to tell you everything that I'm hearing in the room versus possibly what you guys are hearing on the other end. Today we're talking about Earthquaker devices. We got two of them right on the floor. We got on the right, a speaker cranker, and on the left, a special cranker. Now, you're asking me, why does it matter? Why are you shooting these two out? Well, the speaker cranker on the right is the V1 speaker cranker. As you can tell, the input jacks are on the side, the power is on the side. So that is the first version of the speaker cranker. They went to a second version where they put everything on the top, and they went to a soft switch on it. Apparently the tone is no different. And then we have the special cranker on the left. What is a special cranker? It is a updated, more modern version of the speaker cranker. Too many people believed the speaker cranker was a boost. It is not a boost, it is an overdrive pedal. There are some overdrive pedals that are out there. I cannot remember the name exactly. I think one of them is called a love pedal, like KOT or something like that, COT50. Anyways, the knob on there is a single knob, and what it does is it kind of changes the bias of a transistor inside to give you more gain. I'm not saying that's what these two. I'm saying that there are other pedals out there that are a one knob overdrive, okay? So why is it that I'm shooting these two out? Because some people say, oh, you should just get the speaker cranker. They sound so much better. And other people say, oh, the special cranker sounds great. You should get it. And other people are like, what are the actual differences between the two? We're going to get into that. So, the special cranker versus the speaker cranker as far as features. Speaker cranker, one knob, more, that's it. Special cranker, what are the features? You have volume, which is the top left. Okay, so you have a volume knob. You have a more knob, which is obviously your gain. And then you have a tone knob. And then you also in the middle have silicon and germanium. Now, I will play a little bit of germanium, but the original speaker cranker was silicon. So I'm going to try to leave it more in the silicon mode and then go from there. What are the initial differences that I can tell? The special cranker obviously has more gain. They have said this in their thing, you know, the Earthquaker devices has said this, that it has a little bit more gain on tap. With a little more gain, you gain treble. A lot of people don't know this, but distortion is in the treble frequencies. That's why a lot of people use treble boosters. Long story, not going to get into it. We're already 5 minutes into this, and you're probably bored out of your mind. Okay, 77 Les Paul Custom and C Standard. This is the gain channel because these are designed to give you more gain. They're not designed to be necessarily on a clean channel, even though I will do a clean channel demo because I feel like you can hear some differences on the clean channel. But this is my bass tone. I'm in also C standard, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, speaker cranker. Let's crank up the special cranker because I want to hear how both are maxed out compared to each other. Initial impressions, special cranker obviously does have more of a fuzzy type gain on it. I feel like when I'm playing the special cranker, I have almost like a fuzz overdrive on top of my amp. Not exactly a fuzz pedal, not exactly an overdrive pedal. With the speaker cranker, I feel like I'm gaining more of a little bit tighter of a gain sound, but it still almost has like a, I don't want to say fuzz-like quality, but almost like a, it's got a squishiness to it, a little bit of a squishiness to it. The special cranker is a little bit faster in that way, where it doesn't like, listen to how these notes bloom. And what I mean bloom is that when I hit the string like this, see how immediate the string is to the gain? Now when I hit that with the speaker cranker versus the special, ready? Hear how there's that like, bow. See how the special cranker doesn't have that? And that's what the gain's maxed out, or the more's maxed out, okay? So the speaker cranker has a squishiness to it, almost like I hate to use this term, but almost like a tube amp, where it kind of like compresses a little bit when you drive it hard. Now let's turn down the gains, or the mores, to right about here. Now I noticed that there is a little bit difference in the mids between the two, but we'll get into that. So I'm keeping the volume pretty much on noon the whole time, because they're very similar in volume. Whoop! My camera almost knocked you over. So sorry about that, guys. Okay, now we're going to turn down the gain a little bit. Now notice how when I turn down the gain, the special cranker, or the speaker cranker, sorry, the speaker cranker gets tighter. It doesn't do that bloom thing. Okay, special. One thing I also noticed is that with the special cranker, even though it technically has more gain in it, and they say that adds a little bit more treble, I feel like I still need to add a little bit of top end. I feel like there's a little clarity that I'm missing with this, but not a lot, just a little bit. Let's try that. The speaker cranker sounds like it has a little more of a, I guess you call it a throaty mid-range. It's got like this, like, that's terrible. It sounds terrible, but I don't care because I'm trying to describe it to you guys, because in the room is obviously going to sound way different. How you record these pedals, how everything else. It's always going to sound a little bit different. The speaker cranker has this like with the mids, where the special cranker has like a kind of thing. So here, listen to what I'm hearing. How. See what I mean? You got like you got this more of like a ha with the speaker cranker. To me, depending on the music that you're playing, either one could be absolutely awesome. And it's hard for me to decide if I even like one better than the other, because I know you probably clicked on this video thinking, oh, this guy's going to tell me he likes this one better than the other one. Honestly, I can't tell which one I like better. In some ways, I like the speaker cranker better because it is just a one knob, throw it on, turn it up, get that awesome sound out of it, really raw, really in your face type sound. But the special cranker kind of sounds like a fuzz pedal without being a fuzz pedal, which is actually really cool. Okay, we're gonna go over to my clean channel. Now, like I said, these really are meant to go over the top of a dirty amp, but I'm gonna show you the differences. Okay, ready? And the same thing I said about that mid range is coming through. There's this this how with the speaker cranker and this ooh with the special cranker. I almost want to say, I'm not saying that the special cranker is more scooped or anything like that. It's just the way the mids are, like they're almost like a wider, more modern sounding, I guess you could call it. Now, okay, to the complete right, I have a Klon. That's a Klon clone that I built. Not going to get into building, but that's a Klon clone that I built. Okay, so this one boosts, obviously, a lot of the high mids. how you have that squawk in the high mids? It's got like this like this nasally, like kind of sound. Okay, compared to this. See how the mids are. Okay, if you can imagine the mids as like a mountain, right? If you take your two hands and make a mountain, and then if you just kind of shift your hands either way to like shape the mids. So the Klon has the most nasally upper mids, and the speaker cranker has more of like a in the middle kind of mid. And then compared to this, see how it's got a little more, it's got like a little less upper mid, a little more lower mid in a way. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, so that's a lot of differences that I'm hearing is in the mid-range between the speaker cranker and the special cranker. I feel like it's a little more subdued in the upper mids, the special cranker, and a little more present in the lower mids, where the speaker cranker has more of like a mid, not like an upper mid or a lower mid, more of like a straight, like honky mid range, that like, you know, just that honking, like honk, 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 honk. So the Klon would be like a honk, honk, the speaker cranker would be like a honk, honk, and then the special cranker would be like a honk, honk, all in that mid range, but just slightly shifted some way or the other. So let me go back to the gain tones. Now let me show you how I've been using. So I put a little more gain on the speaker cranker and a little less gain on the special cranker. I don't know if you guys are fans of like doom metal or sludge metal or anything like that. I love the Sword, so this is actually one of their riffs, and I think it really plays well with these two pedals. So I just wanted to show you that. So this it's off of Apocaphon. I can't remember the exact song. I think it might be Apocaphon. The song might be Apocaphon as well as the album. Anyways, not important. I'm rambling. Okay. I wanted to hear, sometimes when you rake the strings, you can kind of hear certain little frequencies. Not something else that I kind of noticed is that I feel like the speaker cranker has a little more, how do you put it? I don't want to say, it has a little more clarity in the pedal, which I will say, in my situation, that works. Now, the special cranker, though, in other situations may sound better. You know what? I know we're 20-something minutes into this video. I'm sorry, guys, but you know what I'm going to do? I have a P90 Stratocaster over here. I'm going to grab that. Now, this guitar is very bright for a guitar. Obviously, it's a Stratocaster. It's P90. It's in E standard. It's going to be noisy. It's P90. You're going to get 60 cycle hum. But I want to hear the difference of these two pedals with this guitar, because with the Gibson, my Les Paul, the custom is obviously it's a fully mahogany body guitar. Yes, it has the maple cap on it, but it's got lower output pickups. It's got mahogany or maple neck with a ebony fretboard. It's one of the 70s models, so it does have a maple neck. But I find that guitar to be a little bit darker than normal guitars, and my Laney is a little bit darker than normal amps, and the cab that I'm running has 4 Ted Weber speakers, 2 Silver Wolves, and 2 Gray Wolves. But I want to hear... Obviously, you can tell this guitar is a lot brighter than the other guitar. So, in this context, with this basic Squier guitar, it's a very basic Squier guitar with a P90 in the bridge, and that's all it is, just one P90, one volume knob, that's it. So it's a 500K volume pot, it's one pickup, it's letting out a lot of more, and this pickup is actually technically hotter than the humbuckers that I have. This pickup is closer to a 9K, and like I said, the humbucker and the bridge is a 7.1K. So there's a good little difference between the two. You can hear how when this guitar actually hits the speaker cranker, it starts doing that blooming thing more, that sluggish, like that slag, even though I never changed the knob. And I was getting pretty fast responses because this isn't all the way up. That's all the way up. So right about here, I wasn't getting that blooming, over the top. Now, between that versus the special cranker with this guitar, the special cranker actually sounded, I think, a little bit better because it has a little more low mids, and it actually was taming the guitar's natural brightness that I was experiencing with the Strat. And that stinks on my end because I'm thinking to myself, which one am I going to keep? Which one am I not? And now it's like, oh, when I play my Les Paul, the speaker cranker sounds great because it's a little bit more top end, a little bit clearer. But then when I play something with a single coil, I felt like the special cranker was a little bit better. Now let's try something. I'm going to turn down the tone on the special cranker. I'm going to turn down the gains on both. I'm going to go noon, and then a little bit above noon with the speaker, because I feel like I said, the special cranker has more gain. Yeah. So, well, if you want to hear my thoughts of what I thought was better, I'm not going to tell you, because honestly, it's really hard to say, because there are so many great things I liked about both pedals. I liked the speaker cranker has that more meaty mid-range, sounds a little, not, I don't want to say fatter, but sounds a little more full. It's got a little more clarity to it, but I like how the special cranker has a little more gain on it, because the gain's a little bit tighter, so that you don't get that bloom as much, especially if you get a hotter pickup or you're starting to drive the speaker cranker. You don't get as much bloom on it, which is nice. I also like how you have the germanium setting, which we didn't get into, but this is already a 30-minute video, and I don't want to subject you guys to that. I also like that the special cranker, you have a little more tonal options. You also have more, level, and you have the level knob, so you can really kind of drive it. You have the more knob, obviously it's the same, and then that tone knob really kind of helps with what you're planning on doing. Obviously, the germanium silicone thing is really cool. It's a tough call. And like I said, with a brighter guitar like the Strat, that special cranker I felt like helped. It was really nice, but with my Les Paul, I felt like the speaker cranker was really nice. I hope this video helps you guys decide if you're going to spend the money, because now speaker crankers are getting kind of expensive out on the secondary market. So I hope this helps you guys with deciding between a speaker cranker and a special cranker. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it. Let me know what you thought of the audio. Please be nice in the comments. There's a lot of hate going around nowadays. I'm not going to be floofy and all this stuff, but you know what? We could all be a little bit nicer to each other. And you know what? Kindness doesn't cost us anything. So if we can all just be a little bit kinder and a little bit nicer in the comments. Let me know what you think. I hope you guys decide. Take care, guys. Be safe out there, and have a good Christmas or holiday or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. Doesn't matter to me. Just enjoy yourself. Take care.